Facebook. Hi. Hello, Sage Navigators. Hello, Dockside members. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, and I know you must be doing great because if after just a couple of days back from that wonderful holiday, well,
Recharged, definitely, and it was really nice. It was nice to get away. It's always nice to have a change of scenery. It's always wonderful to come home. I don't travel to get away from my life. I travel to experience life. And I love to travel. I love to meet people and see different things. And I need some vitamin C, SEA, on a regular basis. So that was me putting my toes in the sand and getting my vitamin C.
I I love what you just shared. It's so valuable. That must mean you really have a complete life because if you're having to go away to escape your life, then it's time to look at your life because,
Yes,
right? Like,
yeah, I agree. Yeah. And I always, when I started to hear people talking and saying things like that, I thought, I don't want to escape my life. That's not my reality. So I need to understand why I feel like so much of a wanderlust. And I saw this quote in perfect timing. And I said that's what it is for me.
I always look forward to Wednesday nights. And I remember the first night of book club. And I always look forward to something that gets shared. And books do that. Books give you something to talk about. And I'm thinking of Julia Roberts, let's give them something to talk about. Well, books give you something to talk about. And I love that you say, you know, if you have to escape your life, I'll give another suggestion. Escape the situation. Escape whatever you're doing because life is meant to be lived. And if you're not living it and you're feeling you need to escape, be, take the escape. But before you do, take a good hard look at why you want to escape. Why?
Definitely.
Right?
Definitely.
So I love that you brought that up. And I think tonight, um, we go into book club. We sometimes get into our conversation, and anybody that's in Dockside listening, for that matter, if you have a friend that is interested in books and information, meaningful and meaningless conversations, sign up on the website and you will get the link. And we love new people. We love existing people. And really what we do is we read for a little bit and then we share. And some people don't have the book. Some people don't feel like reading. Some people, they read and then pass to somebody else. And then some people have something to say, and some people don't have anything to say.
Some
But
people are eating dinner while we're reading and they're just following along. And that's perfectly fine too, because, we understand that the timing is a little bit hectic at times and we all have things going on in our lives. But as we're going to talk about tonight, knowledge is power. So if you want to grow and if you want to gain knowledge and if you want to have a group that you're going to be able to share that knowledge with and gain valuable insight from, this is the place for you. Try it on and see how it feels.
exactly. And it's not like, well, I don't want to join because I can't go every Wednesday night. Okay.
No problem.
Here's the question. Did we ask you to come every Wednesday night? No.
Never.
Like I've been, obviously if I'm in the car and I'm doing something, I'll jump on and I may not be able to read, but I get to maybe participate in the conversation at the end of it. So we don't say you have to show up at 7. We start at 7, and at 7:30, if you join us at that point, we're going to be in the middle of conversation, and not about what we did last week or what we're doing next week, only about what we talked about tonight. So what we read tonight. On that note, we love coming in here and talking about Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. And our share tonight is, I have to tell you, I've always found this chapter boring until today. I really have. Because I understood this chapter, it was just so easy. But there are nuggets in it that I wasn't ready to see, that I know people don't think, but I took for granted. I know what's on my resume, even though I might not have done a resume till I was 36. I know my resume.
There are nuggets and there are also layers.
Layers, great word.
When you master something, sometimes you reread it and you see something that you hadn't seen before, and there's something new for you to master. So
what we're talking about is, let's go, Karen. What are we talking about tonight?
We're talking about Chapter 5, Specialized Knowledge, Personal Experiences or Observations, and this is the 4th step toward riches. Page 1 of chapter of the second paragraph is, quote, knowledge will not attract money unless it is organized. Knowledge is power. You were just speaking to the resume of experience. Yeah. The missing link in all systems of education known to civilization today may be found in the failure of educational institutions to teach their students how to organize and use knowledge after they acquire it. So it's wonderful to learn things, but you need to make sure that you're putting it in a place that you can understand it and use it when it is appropriate. I'm going to give you something else here. This is a Wallace Wattles quote. You're not mentally developed by what you read, but by what you think about what you read.
Wow.
That's one of the things on my whiteboard. And that's part of organizing the knowledge. You've read it, you have the knowledge, but what do you think about it? How do you position it in your whole already pool of knowledge? And what does it add to what you have and what you can contribute to society, to your work, to your life? What does it bring you?
That goes to the brain, which is another chapter, but we're like receiving and transmitting station, like a radio, right? So your brain is receiving all this knowledge. Receive, 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 receive. I'm wondering what you're transmitting because of it. What are you sharing with the world because of it? More than the world, what are you sharing with yourself, right? How is it organized for you? And what happens if you want to do something and you don't have the specialized knowledge?
It's great. It's great if you're playing Trivial Pursuit. You have all the facts down, but really what you want to do, ultimately, you want to make your life better. You want to make this world a better place. Everybody has their own personal goals. So what is it that you want to do? And how can the knowledge that you've acquired help you get that and help you achieve those things? An educated man is not necessarily one who has abundance of general or specialized knowledge. An educated man is one who has so developed the faculties of his mind that he may acquire anything he wants or its equivalent without violating the rights of others. So we're talking, Wallace Wattles talks about a lot of non-competition. Don't compete with other people to get what it is that you want. And this is another quote from Napoleon Hill, who is saying very, very similar things.
And Bob Proctor would say, leave everybody with the impression of increase. So if I meet you, have I left you enriched? Have I left you better than you were before I met you? And all that is the same statement. And if you haven't done a SWOT analysis, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threat, I really think you want to look at your strengths and weaknesses. And then when you look at your weaknesses, you can determine, I need to learn this, or I need to hire somebody in my company that knows this.
And this is it. This is what we were talking about before we came on camera, was if you don't have specialized knowledge, it's okay, because you can hire people that have specialized knowledge. So if that's what's holding you back from doing something, don't let that hold you back. You need to move forward. Do it.
Yeah.
Hire somebody.
It's so important because I was reading something. I lived my whole life never wanted to, no matter what happened to me for bad. I wasn't allowed to complain about it. I wasn't raised in a family like that. And being a victim, well, that was way too weak. And sometimes you are the victim, but you don't have to say I'm a victim. You were just victimized. And the difference in how the word is said, oh, I was victimized. That was an action that happened that wasn't long lasting. It's gone. I'm not a victim. I was victimized. And when something's happening to you, sometimes we forget, again, through somewhere from the Bob Proctor community, things don't happen to you, they happen for you. And when it's happening, you say, how can this be happening? And it's like, Karine, I just see her pop in. And right now I've got to tell you, 3 feet from gold is the answer. Hi, Karine. When you're 3 feet from gold, you could be the victim and you can let go, or you could be victimized by the people that are slowing you down, preventing you from getting where you're going.
Eye on the prize. That's all I'm going to say. Has been my mantra all day long. Eye on the prize. Hi, Karen. Hi, Catherine.
Hi, Karen. So we're still on Facebook. Anybody that's here, if you're watching, even the replay, it's not too late. We're going to be in the Zoom room. Yeah, in the Zoom room till 8 o'clock. If you join us after 7:30, you may just love the conversation. And if you join us before, well, you'll be introduced to some books.
Do join us.
Come join. Karine, anything to say before we go off?
No, I'm sorry that I meant to join a little earlier. I'm just going back to the conversation that we were having about trying to eat a little earlier. So I was just getting some food ready for the men in my life, and I'm ready for book club. So glad I'm here. Thanks, everybody.
Karen Johnson, do you have anything to add to our Dockside members on why they may want to come join us in book club?
Well, it's interesting. I'm sitting here reading your email. What was the question? Well, I'm not. No, I'm working.
You're working. The question was, do you have anything to add to the members of Dockside?
It's a very interesting way to spend a Wednesday evening. Food for thought. No, it's interesting.
And positive energy. That's one of the reasons why I'm here. I really found talking with Catherine earlier today, just the community and the positive energy that we get from each other. It really not just motivates me, it keeps me going. It really does. And I need it right now. So I'm looking forward to it.
Okay. So we'll say, hope to see you soon, whoever's listening. If you jump in and we don't know you're here, hope to see you soon. I'm going to